Welcome in, everybody. My name is Cadenus, and if you read the title, yes, I'm going to be going weight class by weight class, breaking down all of our ranked wrestlers competing at the Ed Winger tomorrow. It's going to be a ton of fun. We've had some tough luck with some weather the past weeks of us trying to get content out, a ton of meets and tournaments canceled. So knock on wood, hopefully tomorrow stays on because it is set to be absolutely loaded. If you saw the graphic we posted, 87 ranked wrestlers hitting the mat tomorrow. Again, it's going to be a ton of fun for our Rockfin subscribers. You guys already saw this list. It's just going to be the same thing for you guys that aren't subscribed to Rockfin. You can see this type of stuff pretty commonly on our page of us dropping ranked wrestlers at certain tournaments. We've got also exclusive video, exclusive rankings. These are the rankings that are coming from our Rockfin page. So if you want to see the rest of the rankings, all classes ranked 1 through 12, you can go ahead and subscribe today and support what we do here at IA Wrestle. But today, this is totally free, and let's get right into it, starting with 106 pounds at the Ed Winger Classic. We've got number 1, Nico De Salvo of Southeast Polk. We've also got number 3, Weston Porter of Lewis Central, and another freshman at number 4, Jack Waluke of Dowling Catholic. We also got a Blair, Nebraska wrestler. That is the one team from out of state competing tomorrow. Again, that's Blair. They're pretty highly ranked over there in that state, so they're bringing some top guys, and here's one of them, number 5, Tannen Bellamy. He's a sophomore. We've also got 2 freshmen rounding out this list. Number 8, Carew Christensen of Milwaukee Northwest, and number 11, Braxton Winky of Ames. Moving on to 113 pounds, we've got number 2, Tyler Harper of Norwalk, number 3, Cale Vanderbark of Ankeny Centennial, number 7, Matt Prine of Southeast Polk, number 9, Kyler Simons of Dowling Catholic, and number 12, Jaden Luma of Bettendorf. So a pretty solid group of 5 ranked wrestlers competing tomorrow. That bracket should be a ton of fun. Talking about a ton of fun, though, this 120-pound bracket might be my favorite and one that I'm looking forward to most tomorrow. And it's for obvious reasons. Yes, if you're a fan of the numbers, if you're a fan of the rankings and all that stuff, tomorrow could be a preview of what our Class 3A semifinals look like at this 120-pound weight, because we've got the top 4 guys competing tomorrow, barring any bump ups, bump downs, whatever could happen. But as of right now, it looks like we could see the top 4 going, and those are number 1, Jake Knight of Bettendorf, returning state champ. Number 2, Carter Pearson of Southeast Polk. He's a junior. Number 3, Drew Ayala of Fort Dodge, a senior and another senior. And number 4, Cody Vandermark of Ankeny Centennial. Also add in freshman number 5, Drew Anderson of Lewis Central, and number 9, Alex Horniak of Waverly Shell Rock. This one is going to be a ton of fun. Again, those semis and finals are going to be super intense over at the Ed Winger. So 120, you can kind of put a star by that one. That one's one of the classes that popped out to me as I was typing this out. At 126, though, moving on, we've got 2 number 1s. So this one's going to be a ton of fun, too. Hudson Lodgens coming over from Nebraska, Blair specifically. He's a junior. We've also got number 1, Koufax Christensen from Milwaukee Northwest. Number 2, TJ Keister of Bettendorf. He's a junior, another junior, and Max Riggins from Southeast Polk. Riker Graff of Waverly Shell Rock. So this is another one where you've got the top 4 in 3A right here in this 126-pound bracket. So expect a ton of fireworks. Add in a number 1 coming from Nebraska, and 126 is yet another one where you can put a star on. You're going to be putting a star on a lot of them. Also add in Sam Davidson of Fort Dodge, and you've got a loaded 6 ranked wrestlers coming in at the 126-pound bracket from what it looks like. Moving on to 132 pounds, we've got number 2, Jace Luna of Bettendorf, number 4, Justice Jesseroga of Southeast Polk, number 5, John King of Waukee Northwest, number 7, Kane Butrick. It should say Fort Dodge. I typed this up this morning, so I obviously missed that. Kane Butrick is from Fort Dodge. He is a senior. That should say that. Number 9, Logan Pennick of Fort Madison, and number 10, Carter Scorch of Lewis Central. So another bracket with 6 IA Wrestle ranked wrestlers entering it. At 138 pounds, this might be another one, probably my second favorite one going into tomorrow. Another one just absolutely loaded with highly ranked guys, including number 1, Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge. We've also got a number 2 ranked Tyson Brown from Blair, It should say number 2. That was a typo on my end. I do apologize. So number 2, Tyson Brown coming over from Nebraska. Carter Freeman at number 2. He's going to look to avenge a loss from earlier this year at the Council Bluffs Classic against Coy Davidson. So Carter Freeman and Coy Davidson could see that rematch yet again tomorrow. We've also got number 4, Jabari Hinson of Ames. Number 5, Cody Trevino of Bettendorf. Number 6, Will Oberbrockling of Southeast Polk. Number 7, Zane Barons of Waverly Shellrock. And number 12, Dane Rue of Urbandale. So this one, 8 ranked guys, 7 of them in the top 10. We've got 5 of them in the top 5. Just absolutely loaded at 138 pounds tomorrow at the Ed Winger. Moving on to 144 pounds, little lighter here. Still 4 ranked wrestlers, all of them in the top 5. So looking forward to a ton of fun in the semifinals. Starting with number 2, Duncan Harn of Bettendorf. Number 3, Jakari Clark of Valley. I've really enjoyed watching him at the stuff I've seen him at. He just produces fireworks all the time. Also got number 4, Tucker Wheeler of PCM. He's a sophomore. And number 5, Maximus DeBolt of Centennial. He is a freshman. So not as many ranked wrestlers, but they're all in the top 5. So you can look forward to some highly anticipated semis and finals at 144 pounds. Moving on to 150, another one, just tons of guys in this top in the top of the rankings in this bracket. Number 1, Boz Diaz of Waverly Shellrock. You got number 2, Lucas Brule of Centennial, the senior. We got a good Nebraska wrestler coming over. And number 3, Atticus Dick from Blair. You've got number 5, Logan Trineri of Southeast Polk. Number 7, Caden Leonard of Johnston. Number 11, Hewitt Brinegar of PCM. And number 11, Cole Hemmingson from Dallas Center Grimes. So 150 pounds. Again, looks like a ton of fun. Moving on to 157, I'd say probably the lightest one of all 14 if I had to rank them. You've got number 4, Isaac Brule of Centennial. Number 7, Sincere Clark of Valley. Number 10, Nolan Riddle of Fort Madison. And number 12, Abe Bouchon of Southeast Polk. So, again, just 4 ranked wrestlers in that one. But still, if that's the worst one, then we're set for a great day tomorrow in Urbandale. Moving on to 165, where we're right back to absolutely loaded brackets, starting with number 1, Jacob Helgeson of Johnson. You've got number 2, Brock Templar of Blair coming over from Nebraska. Number 2, Gabe Carver of Urbandale, the hometown wrestling in his hometown tournament. He's going to be looking to win that one. Number 3, Lincoln Jip of Bettendorf. Number 4, Wesley Anderson of Hawkeyes. Number 5, Ari Eltz of Ankeny Centennial. And number 6, Ethan Bibler of Waverly Shellrock. So we've got 7 ranked wrestlers there, all of them inside the top 6 in our rankings. That one's going to be a ton of fun. Moving on to 175 pounds as we're just cruising through these. Number 2, Demarion Ross headlines this one of Fort Dodge. You also got number 3, Blaze Bowman coming over from Nebraska. Number 4, Braxton Westendorf from Waverly Shellrock. Number 5, Braden Blackerby from Johnson. Number 7, Nick Van Arkel of Valley. Topping it off with number 9, Armin Williams of Bettendorf. And number 10, Wyatt Wheeler of PCM. So 175 pounds. Again, 7 guys ranked. Going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to have a hard time keeping up with all these while I'm there tomorrow. At 190 pounds, another one, we've got tons of guys ranked really, really highly, highlighted by number 1, Brent Slade of Southeast Polk, and number 2, Denari Mickle of Ames. Also adding in number 3, Braden Keister of Bettendorf. Number 4, Isaac Thatcher of Fort Madison. I just saw him at the Jayhawk invite on Monday. He won Most Outstanding Wrestler. He was a ton of fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching him. That was my first time seeing Fort Madison. At number 6, you got Kane Tegas of Urbandale. He's a junior. Number 7, Cal Hartman of Fort Dodge. Number 8, Colby Gibbons of Johnston. And number 10, Xander Wedemeyer of Waverly Shellrock. Just 2 weight classes to go. If you're still watching, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Drop a like if you enjoy this type of thing. I'll look to do it more if you guys seem to enjoy it. But we're on to 215 where we got 3 ranked wrestlers, 2 of them though inside the top 2. Should be a ton of fun there. Number 1, Drayshawn Ross, obviously of Fort Dodge. Number 2, Holden Hansen of Southeast Polk. And number 10, Mitchell Grider of Ankeny Centennial. Don't sleep on this 285-pound weight class though. This is actually the weight class with the most ranked wrestlers, as you can see. Yeah, it's just tons of guys. I believe it's 10 right off the top of my head. I think when I counted these earlier. Nevertheless, though, let's get right into it. Number 1, Daniel Herrera of Ames. You got number 2, Cooper Martinson of Southeast Polk. So you could see a 1-2 tomorrow. But you've also got plenty of guys here ranked inside the top 10 that are going to be looking to make some noise and prove themselves, including Colton Borcherding Johnson of Norwalk. You got number 5, Caden Weatherall of Waverly Shellrock. Number 6, Drew Campbell of Cedar Falls. Number 7, Jamal Niwe of Waukee Northwest. Number 8, Nick Darling of Johnson. Number 10, Luke Fierke of Fort Dodge. Number 11, Dawson Rangans of North Scott. And number 12, Xander Glazebrook of Bettendorf. So 285 pounds is, again, the weight class with the most ranked wrestlers competing. So really up and down, all across the board, all day long, starting at 9 a.m. Looks like placement matches will start around 5 p.m. It's going to be a ton of fun, ton of great action. I'll be there providing video coverage. We're trying to find a photographer to help us and post some stuff out. So look for some updates when we can. It'll be a ton of fun. Probably the finals matches will be on Rockfin. So if you're wanting to watch these finals, subscribing to Rockfin, there's no better time with postseason right around the corner. We're gonna be having tons of content coming out. So again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Drop a like on this video if you enjoy this type of content, and comment. Let me know which finals or which matchup you guys are looking forward to the most. Again, my name is Cade Nissen, and I appreciate you guys all for tuning in.